Good afternoon, Badass Artists. I'm Mia Luyando. Today we are going to work on a watercolor portrait. Something new. I made this with a digital, this is a digital sketch. I used, what did I use? Corel, I believe, is the program that I used. And I went back over it and drew it with a graphite pencil, and then I scanned it and put it on this watercolor paper. So this is you can use regular paper, you can use cardstock. This was cardstock that was, I think, 110 pounds. And I bought it off of Amazon. I got 100 sheets for about $10. So I will put a link to that in the description below. I ordered white and they sent me this kind of ivory color, but I kept it. It looked pretty good. Now, a few days ago, I posted this painting. I did a time lapse. And it was basically just showing you how I painted it and condensed it down into like a 20-second video. But what we're doing today is we're actually going to take our time and I'm going to show you how to paint a portrait with watercolors if you so desire. So from a couple of days back, we did some color swatching. I'm dropping stuff everywhere. We did some color swatching. This is the palette that I'm using. This is from, I believe, Angora watercolor paints, and I will also link those in the description below. Let me see if I can get all my stuff squared away. Now, the colors that we will be using, that's what I was gonna do, show you that while I have the book out. Let me get the book back out. We're going to be using this color and most likely this color for the shadows. We might throw this color in a little bit for her cheeks, but those are the colors that I have chosen for this portrait. Don't know if we'll concentrate too much on her hair. It just depends on how much time we have left. So let me get this out of the way and get these out of the way. Now in a few days we will be doing some watercolor on this also, and you'll be able to download these images from the freebie file at my Facebook group, Badass Art, and you can download it, print it on your paper at home, and follow along if you like. So let's go ahead and get started. I am using just a mop brush. This is the number 1. It's kind of small. You can use any brush that you feel comfortable with, as long as, you know, it's nice and soft. You want to be able to move the watercolor around with it. So you don't want anything that's too bristly or, you know, pokey or anything like that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get some water on my brush, and I'm going to make sure, let me count out, make sure I've got the right color here. Okay, so I'm going to grab a bit of that color, and my paintbrush is wet. I'm going to take it around. Now, when you first put the paint down, it looks scary. You're like, oh my gosh, I've ruined it. I've put way too much color on. But you haven't. Don't panic. It's watercolor. It's true to its name. The more water that you use. I just dipped my paintbrush in some water. And we're going to bring this on around. We're just going to spread this paint out. And as you can see, as soon as you touch it, it moves, it sort of reactivates. You don't get any streaks. or overlays on it. I'm going to grab some more. It's going to look really dark again, but we're going to go around her eyes. I like the eyes to be a bit darker, as you guys know. And we're just going to bring this on around. I'm going to grab a bit more water so I can thin this out just a little bit. And just keep bringing it down along her cheekbone area. And remember, you're pulling this paint along, and every time you re-wet it, you're diluting it. You're making it, you know, a lot lighter. You can cover a lot of ground with not a lot of paint. Just take your time. Go ahead and get comfy. Grab a chair, grab a snack, get something to drink, grab some coffee, grab some tea. I'm having some lemon balm tea today. And I'm going to go ahead and start on the other side. We're going to work from side to side towards the middle. Let me zoom in just a little bit. And don't be afraid of the color. Like I said, every time you dampen that, it's going to reactivate, and you're going to be able to thin it out as much as you like. I know a lot of you have mentioned that you want to try some watercolor paint, but you're just a little intimidated by it. Don't be. This is just pigment and paper. We can do anything. You can see this is just one color and water. That's all we've used. Now, can you use this in your coloring book? You can, but make sure that you put something behind it, behind the page, to protect the next page, and use as little water, you know, as you can, because that paper is not made to be absorbent, where this paper is a little more forgiving. It's about twice the thickness of the coloring book paper. We're just adding this color right in. Smooth smoothing it out so we don't have any streaks. Now it's watercolor, so it's gonna, you know, have a few little bumps and bobbles along the way. Plus, most watercolor paper is cold press, which means, well, the way I remember cold press and hot press is smooth. It's completely smooth. And a cold press has like a texture to it. And the easiest way for me to remember is hot press. I think about, you know, running an iron over it so that it's completely smooth. Most watercolor paper is cold press, so it has a little bit of a texture to it. And so you're going to get, you're going to see that through the paint. Unless you really work on, you know, smoothing, which is absolutely fine. You can do that. I kind of like that gritty, sort of organic look. Let's do her neck. You know, try a few, take a few practice runs, don't get discouraged. It definitely takes practice, but this is another art supply in your arsenal that you can pull out when you're feeling like, I want to do something different today. Maybe you don't feel like pencils, or you're not, you know, you're just feeling like something different. Paint is fun, and this is paint straight from the palette. It's not a paint pencil, it's not a paint crayon, this is true paint. Now, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do her ears. That's what I'm going to do. I almost forgot that. I'm glad I didn't get to the end and realize I had not done the ears. That would have been unfortunate. So now I'm going to take the darker color and let me see where this is. making sure I've got the right color. Okay, we're going to start shadowing. It might not be dark enough. No. Let's see. Okay, I found a better shadow color. This one's quite a bit darker. Let's go in on this side this time. There we go, much better. I'm going to bring this around the outside of her face. Just work it in underneath her eyes and into the creases. And remember, you just grab your brush, get it damp again, and start smoothing that out so that it blends right in. We definitely want to see the shadows and contours of her face. Now we also want to shadow under her neck, or under her chin, I mean. Need to smooth this out a little bit. And you definitely want to let this dry overnight before you start to go back in and work with your pencils. You can absolutely draw over this with your pencils for the fine details, or you can paint the whole thing. It's totally up to you. Now we do have some pink here. It's like a dark pink. I'm going to go ahead and give her lips a bit of color. Really light to begin with. And I'm going to add a bit of the dark kind of shadow color in the corner of her lips and underneath that little dip. The top lip is always just a bit darker, in most cases, than the bottom. And since she's so dark around her eyes, we're not gonna add a blush color. I think I will darken her ears up a little bit though. Or her ear. That one looks pretty good. But that is basically how you paint a portrait with cake paint. The paint that comes in the little, these little containers is called cake paint. And we used this color for the base. Oh, can't see. We used this color for the base of her skin, and we used this color for all of the shadows and contours, and then we used this color for her lips. So now we're just going to let it dry. Give it plenty of time to dry before you start working on it with your pencils. And then you can go in and do her hair. I haven't decided what color I'm going to do her hair yet, so I'm just going to give it some dry time while I figure that out. I will be back in a couple of days and we will work on this one as well. Not sure what we're going to do with it yet, but we will be using some pencils on it. If you have any requests, if there's anything in particular that you'd like me to work on, please just leave me a note in the comments below. I'll be happy to help. If there's something that you're struggling with and that you'd like me to demonstrate on the channel, I'm happy to do that too. Just leave me a message and I will definitely bring that up so we can all learn together. Okay, everybody, if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. It's extremely helpful for the channel. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already. That way you'll always know when I put out a new video. I try to get a couple out a week. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.